round 2. So after I posted this video, I realized I left something out that I wanted to mention, so I figured I'd just do the whole thing over. First off, I hope you all had a great weekend. We had great weather here in the Pacific Northwest, and it was, as you've seen in the other videos, it was the last day of fishing in some parts of the rivers here. So until June 1st, it's time to just work on things from there. This is just a thought that I had. I asked myself a question. What is it I like about, I'm going to use fly fishing as the example just because that's what I'm talking about, but it could be fishing, whatever. What do I like most about fly fishing? I'm a person that likes to grow and develop myself, whether it be reading on personal development, people skills, communication, leadership, anything like that. I like to learn those things, apply them to my life, and what I like most about it is I get to see what I've grown in and what areas I haven't grown in. So just random example, if I'm being challenged in my attitude towards something, I'm going to start reading things on my mind and how to get my attitude in line, and then when those circumstances of life come back up, I can see, did I pass that test? Or is it still something I need to improve on? So I apply that to fly fishing, is that in fly fishing, there's levels to fly fishing. You can take casting, for example, presentation. Those two things alone right there, those will keep us busy enough to where we can grow from that. And what do? We go out and we start learning how to do certain things, like casting. You learn to cast. You pick up the rod, you cast, Spey rod, cast, and then you're like, okay, well, this isn't working out. Then you start talking to friends or looking things up on YouTube that you may notice. Like for me, when I picked up a Spey rod again, I noticed that the tip of the rod, when I was coming with my forward stroke, it had this bounce in it. So it looked like this. It wasn't just smooth. So it led me to my first question, well, how do I get that done to where it's a smooth delivery and it's just one motion, that energy? Well, I took a lesson, so that helped, but then even after a lesson, I figured, hey, I can take that lesson and I'll be good to go and I can just build off of that. Well, that was my mistake because I had figured having a lesson many years ago that it would just come back to me like muscle memory. Well, it was true to certain aspects, but then that's when I just realized maybe what I should have done, well, not maybe, I know now for a fact, I should have gone out and practiced my casting first, but then I was thinking, if I go out and practice my casting, I'm going to create bad habits. Well, 1 week of bad habits could be broken a lot quicker with a trainer, instructor, someone that knows how to Spey cast. But my thought process was after that is I went out and practiced for a whole week, all of last week, every day, 2 to 3 times a day for about an hour. And then I realized, okay, there's this thing called the bloody L, and I'm throwing telling loops. Okay, what's a bloody L, and what are telling loop, or why am I throwing telling loops? So then you go down the rabbit hole of telling loops and bloody L, and you figure out what those things are. Now you know what they are. Now you see how to fix it, and I say how to fix it because it always looks easy on the videos. Then you go out and you start doing those things. And one thing I would encourage you all, and this is something that I'm going to start doing because I bought a tripod. Record yourself casting. It is so valuable. Or even if you're out with buddies fishing, offer to record somebody, or offer somebody. Again, offer, don't just do. And I'm guilty of that. I get so excited and passionate about helping other people, especially people I know. They may or may not want to know. I just assume they want to know, and they're polite enough to me to say, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. But record somebody or record yourself and look at what you're doing, because I was with a friend over the weekend, and just like me, in his head, he saw what he thought he was doing. But until we we looked at the video of what he was doing, he was like, oh, I see it now. And I'm the same way. I had to look at myself to see what it is I'm doing so that I can make those certain tweaks. And if you have a good relationship at your local, fly shop, ask them, hey, would you mind taking a look at this and tell me what you see differently? And once you start getting pieces of what to do, then you take those things and you go back on the pond or river or whatever, and you apply those things. And then you look, okay, did I take care of my tailing loop? Did I get rid of that bloody yell? And if you still haven't gotten those things dialed in, then you go back to the drawing board and you look at it again. Okay, hey, this is what I tried. It didn't work. What next? That would be a conversation at your local fly shop or someone who knows how to cast or presentations or whatever it is. But then if you're doing it on YouTube or something, YouTube-wise, then you want to look at that and ask, okay, if I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm still not getting a result, that's where just getting into conversation with people will help. And the reason why I say a lot of this is like life is because, again, you learn something in life, you go apply it, you see if it works. If it doesn't work, you try it again. And the big thing that I always think of too is once I've learned something, I want to be like a river and not a reservoir. What I mean about that is that I want knowledge and wisdom and guidance to flow through me so that I can let it go out and help other people. I don't want to be a reservoir to where I just keep it all to myself and don't share it with somebody else. Especially if you see one of your buddies having a challenge with something, or even you see somebody out, casting and they're having a challenge, use some people skills and maybe ask if, hey, first time Spey casting? No, I've been doing this for a while. Oh, yeah, I noticed you're doing this and that. Oh, yeah, this isn't, then you get into challenge, the conversation. They may open up and be, hey, I've had this challenge. Well, hey, look, I'm not an expert, but had the same challenge you had. Would you like me to show you something? Maybe it'll help you out. Oh, yeah, please. Or if not, no, it's okay. Cool, thanks. Have a great day. So, just, I guess, again, like I said, these are just random thoughts here. It's something I was thinking about. But I'll end with this. The season is done. There's some places you still can fish, but for the most part, the season is officially done until June 1st. I'm curious. Leave a comment below. What are you all going to work on until June 1st when the season opens back up? Are you going to work on your casting? Are you going to work on your presentation? Are you going to work on improving tie pattern skills? Are you going to get some new gear? What is it that you're going to do? Leave me a comment below, and I'm curious. All right, well, I'll let you all go. Make it a great week. Looks like it's going to be a nice sunny day today. We'll talk to you all then.